Greetings, divine radiance. How are you today? Welcome. I am Nahkila of AshworthScott Life Sculpting. I am a divine interpreter, psychic life coach, and mentor, assisting you with activating the divinity and wisdom within your soul so that you are empowered to create and live an abundant life. So today I am delivering your twin flame message as far as what's going on with your DM, your divine masculine. Where are they? What are they thinking? How are they feeling? And what messages does spirit have for you so that you can get through this time of separation on your twin flame journey, okay? So the options to choose from are piles A, B, and C. So what I'd like you to do is take some slow, deep breaths, connect with spirit, and allow yourself to be guided into knowing which pile is for you. Now go ahead and pause the video and determine which pile is yours. And then when you have your answer, if you don't already, then go ahead and press play and we'll continue. But in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So pile A, what is going on with your DM and what messages do they have directly from their soul to yours? So you have the commitment card. Beautiful, pile A, beautiful. You also have the rainbow reviver. And you have surrender to spirit in reverse. Surrender to spirit in reverse. And what this says is once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. Okay, so one of the things that's coming through for you, pile A, is that spirit is telling you it is time for you to turn this over, surrender the outcome to spirit, go ahead and set your intention for what you're choosing for this to be, and then let it go. Let it go. Now, what I'm receiving is that commitment is in your future, but how quickly you get there and whether or not it's going to be with your DM, it's totally up to you and how you move through this phase of the journey. Now, through your thoughts, your beliefs, and even your actions, you can either be attracting your DM to you or repelling them away. Now, spirit is telling you to surrender, release it, turn it over, and live your life. So when you look at this card, you see this rainbow reviver and you see this woman having a lot of fun. Now, keep in mind the DM doesn't always have to be a male. It can be a he, she, them, or they, right? Same with the divine feminine. But in this case, the divine feminine, which you're representing that, she's having fun. They're having fun. They're living life. They are enjoying I'm hearing the single life. They are enjoying the building their business life. They are enjoying healing their past lives. They're enjoying growing and elevating self-life, right? And so what spirit is telling you, in order for you to reach this point of commitment, it's time for you to focus on living, creating, building, enjoying your life in the now, right? And to stop overanalyze, overthinking, or over pushing this connection, okay? So now let's see what messages your DM has directly from their soul to yours. It says, letting you down was one of the worst decisions I made. So they're feeling some remorse about how things may have turned out between the two of you in the recent past. They're actually thinking about how they treated you. They may have said some words to you that were not kind, or it may have been the way that they said it. They may have also straight up ghosted you, which left you feeling a little lost, a little unappreciated, undervalued, and quite frankly, unloved, right? And they'd like you to know that that was not what it was. They actually do love you, but they're working on getting to a point of being able to express their love to you, and also getting to a point of feeling worthy enough to be the one that you actually love, right? It's also, I'm hearing the phrase, a sick attempt to push you away at times, the way they behave, because they're still on that, is this too good to be true? I know this connection is intense and it feels so real. It feels so good that it must be fake. It must be insincere. It must be all these things that it's not, right? So they're really in their souls going over this whole relationship, whether you've ever been in an actual committed relationship or whether it's just that connection that you've shared over the years. It says it's easier being with someone from my world. So again, they're not feeling 100% worthy of your love, and you really push them to being their best selves. So for them, it's easy to be with someone that allows them to be comfortable in their mediocrity, right? Because in order to get on your level, it's going to take work. It's going to take healing. It's going to take them really strapping up them DM boots and panties and pulling them up and getting to work, right? They can't come to you with some mediocre half-assing it. They got to come correct, or they're not going to come at all. right? So they're deciding if this relationship, if this union is worth the work that they must put into to make it last, right? And they're feeling that it is, but it's just taking them time to put that feeling of it being worth it and that action to bringing it together. It says, I feel like I don't know who I am anymore. So they're on a bit of a journey of self-discovery. And until they are solid in who they are, knowing who they are, they're not going to come to you full force with that commitment. But as you continue to grow and learn who you are, you continue to see your worth and your value and focus on you being their mirror, you will be extending that energy to them. And the phase that you're in on the journey, they're not far behind. So if you're still over-analyzing, overthinking, and putting this connection first in a way where it's causing you stress, it's causing you worry, it's causing you sadness, Spirit is saying to stop that, because by doing that, you're slowing down the potential for a commitment. Okay, so focus on you, focus on yourself, focus on healing you, focus on elevating you. Focus on being everything to you and for you that you are desiring for your DM to be. And inevitably, you will receive commitment. Okay, so that is your message, Pal A. I thank you for allowing me to serve you. Go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know how this resonated. Subscribe on YouTube. If you haven't already, you can find the link in the description box to schedule a personal reading if that's what you're being led to do. And I'm just excited. I'm just excited. You deserve love. You are worthy. So just allow yourself to attract it, okay? And it starts with you. It starts with you loving you. It starts with you knowing that you're worthy. And no matter what your DM is going through or not going through, it's not a reflection of your worth or your value. Although it can be a reflection of where you are on the journey, it's still not a reflection of your worth or value. So just remember that you are deserving of love. You are worthy of love, and you are perfect, whole, and complete as you are, without a DM attached to you. Okay? So have a wonderful rest of your day. I you peace, love, bliss, and abundance, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile B, let's see what the message is for you this week about your DM and what's going on. So you have emotional freedom, pile B, emotional freedom. That's a pretty card. You got the rabbit, you got the unicorn or the Pegasus, whatever you decide to call it. You've got the owl, you've got stars. Look at that. And you have creativity. And look at that, pile B, walking into that next phase together. And you have surrender, stubbornness. Surrender, stubbornness. It says, if you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. Okay, so there are a few things coming up. Okay? So number one, with this emotional freedom card and this creativity card and this surrender to stubbornness card, what I am receiving, pile B, is that you may have been in a phase where you pulled your energy back and you decided to stop expressing yourself to your DM. And right now, you are being guided by Spirit to have emotional freedom, meaning express yourself in creative ways, which means allow Spirit to guide you on the when to express, the how to express, the what to express, right? So that way you are now able to express in a way where your DM can receive it. Because what's happening right now is your DM is in a position where your DM is feeling lonely. Your DM is feeling, for some, afraid. Your DM is feeling like this isn't working for me. I'm tired of running and avoiding this connection. I am in a place, in a position where I'm kind of feeling like I'd like to have someone that I can call my own and experience this life's journey with. But you may have gotten so caught up in that energy of where you just were on the journey, where you were in that period of, you know what, I'm just going to step away. I'm pulling back. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And so you're still in that energy. And because being there has brought you more peace than when you were overly thinking or obsessing, you're now used to being in the comfort of, I'm not chasing. Right? Now, Spirit is not saying to begin chasing again. because we know when you chase, they run. That's with anything, right? But what Spirit is saying is now it's time to shift gears and it's time to slowly begin moving into a new direction. And you are the lead of which direction this is going. Energetically, your DM is ready. Your DM is calling for you, but they have yet to surrender to stubbornness. So they are not going to be the one to take the lead, right? So don't get diarrhea of the heart, right? Don't just go blabbering it all out and like you were before, which made them run, because they're still hesitant, they're still a little bit insecure, they're still like, I'm feeling it but I'm still not 100% sure. So by you allowing Spirit to guide you in creative ways of expressing your emotions, you will now be speaking their language, and you will speak to them and connect with them energetically in a way that they can feel, in a way that they can accept, in a way that they can process, which will allow the two of you to walk into this loving, beautiful fantasy love life, right? And the reason it's coming through as a fantasy love life is because you nor them have ever experienced a love like this. So it feels like a fantasy, something that's only in your dreams. Remember that song from the 80s? So anyways, what Spirit is saying, it is very much so a real reality that is waiting on the two of you. But in order for you two to get there, you've got to connect. You've got to connect in a way that is guided by Spirit. And then once that happens, the world opens up and you both will create magic and miracles, not just in your life, but in the collective, okay? In the collective. So look at that. Get in touch with what you're really feeling. And as you're connecting to your own energy, allow yourself to connect to your DM in 5D and allow yourself to find out from them what they are seeking from you that is going to help them or assist them with their healing on this phase of the journey. So now let's see what messages they have for you directly from their soul to yours. It says, I worry that you've moved on, and this is all in my head. Is it? Do you still think about me? So see, with you pulling back, this is where they are. They're now in this period of wondering, well, are you still feeling me? Like, have you moved on? Where are you? So this reassurance is what they're seeking energetically, right? Reassurance. But it's so important that you deliver that based on how Spirit guides you, when Spirit guides you, and where, right? And the what, right? It's Spirit led, 100% must be Spirit led. Now, of course, it's all authentic from your soul, but it's time to reassure them, but not so much where they're back in that, yeah, I got you energy, right? Make them sweat a little bit. So it says, you brought out the best in me. I came alive in your presence. So they are really missing you being present in their life. When you're not there, when you're not close, when you're not easily accessible, they feel it. They feel it. You may not know how much of a difference you make in their lives because they may not express it, but you do. You bring them so much joy, so much peace, and you take them out of their current state of existing, which for a lot of them, those of you that chose this pal, it's quite miserable. And so it's like your joy is infectious. So continue to be that joyous being. And through your surrender, right? Through your surrender in this connection, it allows your joy to be energetically felt. Because even if you're with them and you are in a state of joy, what are you feeling energetically when you're not, right? When you're in that runner chaser phase, they feel that. So now that you're in this energy, stay there where they don't feel that intense pull from your energy. Like, I gotta have you. I gotta have you now. I need you. All that lack vibrational frequency, let that go. But now allow yourself to soften just a little, okay? It says, can you let go of the past and forgive me? Can you trust me again with your heart? So they know that ghosting you, not giving you the love that you desire and deserve, and the love that they desire and would really love to give you, they know that hurt you. They know that hurt you, and they are actually carrying, the word guilt is coming through. They're carrying the guilt heavier than any lack of forgiveness. Like, yes, it hurt you. And yes, you're being called to work through that to allow yourself to actually trust them, right? Trust them with your heart, because if this is going to work, once they come forward with that commitment, it's important for you to know that it's real. They are not going to come forward until they are sure. And they may have friends of the opposite sex or friends of the same sex, whatever the preference is, where you may look at that and wonder, is it more than a friendship? But when they come to you with a commitment, you are the apple of their eye, the twinkle in their star. You are the begin all, end all, and no one else. That song, Nothing Compares to You, Prince is playing again. Prince is playing again. It played on the last one, and I don't know whose pile it was, but you may find that you picked that pile too. But yeah, no one compares. No one compares. So release that fear that their flirtatious nature, right, is an indication that they lack the ability to be loyal, because that's not the case for those of you that chose pile B. It says, there's so much unspoken between us. I need to tell you how I really feel. So they know, for some of you, your love language may be positive affirmations, or that may be one of them. And they know that in order for them to not lose you, or for you to not move on, that it's important that they express to you how they feel. So when they express it to you, you may be a stellar communicator, right? They may not be. If this is your twin flame, that's one of the opposites that attracts you. So don't judge their way of expressing, right? Don't seek more. Really open your heart and your soul to receive what they're saying to you between the lines, and what they're saying to you through the words left unspoken. As they're speaking to you, you may even close your eyes and place your hand on top of their hand or on their knee, and you may just breathe in the energy and feel the frequency, right? Feel what they're expressing, as opposed to listening, right? Listen, but also feel. Do a combination of both, okay? So Pal B, that is your message. That is your message. This is what's going on with your DM. Leave me a comment. Let me know how it resonated. And if you liked it, heart it on IGTV, thumbs up it on YouTube. Either way, subscribe. The link's in the bio if you're on IGTV. You know where the link is if you're on YouTube. I thank you for allowing me to serve you. I thank you for sharing the video. And I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, so for those of you, let's get the lighting right. There we go. For those of you that chose Pal C, let's see what's going on with your DM. So you have compatibility, manifestation, and surrender the drama. And it says, no matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. Okay, so listen. Palsy, you and your DM are so freaking compatible. You two are so much alike that right now you are in a period where you are triggering things within each other. Like, you are triggering the things that you don't necessarily like about yourselves in each other. So right now you may feel that you are at a place of conflict. You may feel that there is a lot of drama going on for those of you that are not in separation, where you are still communicating. And if you are in separation, it may be because of that, right? So Spirit is telling you to begin meditating and begin visualizing this union as you'd like it to be. But before you get there, what Spirit is telling you is to go within and ask, how am I contributing to this breakdown in communication? How am I contributing to this conflict? And what is my DM revealing to me about me that I'm being called to heal and release, right? And in regards to surrendering to drama, what Spirit is saying is don't engage, don't engage. One of the things that I've chosen to do with the person that I love is I'm not going to argue. Like, I'm not going to argue. If there is conflict in feelings or conflicts in beliefs, I'll express myself. I'll listen to them with the intention to understand them and hear them, not with the intention to respond. And if they get a little rah-rah, I'm going to breathe and I'm not going to engage. I have made a personal decision that I am not arguing with the person that I love. I don't see a benefit in that, right? And so you are being called to get there, right? You can discuss, you can express, and not arguing is not just meaning I'm not going to yell, but inside I feel all these things, right? Not arguing looks like I'm going to breathe. I'm going to be mindful. I'm going to be curious. I'm going to be willing to understand, and I'm going to be willing to learn and grow, right? Because what a person is feeling or thinking or believing, even if it's about you, that is their reality, not yours. And they're entitled to that. So what Spirit is telling you is to stay in your power and not allow them to determine how you're going to feel about yourself, your connection, or even them, right? So don't engage in the drama, right? So this also requires you, while you're in this state of separation, for you to really begin working on your mindset, right? Really getting your mindset to a point where you are sound, you are grounded in your own peace, right? Because when you get so grounded in your own peace, no one can take you out of it. No one. You are not giving that away, because your peace is your most valuable currency, right? So Spirit is saying right now, it's time for you to really work on you, work on elevating yourself spiritually, work on growing yourself, and work on releasing the drama, right? Emotionally charged, it's what's coming up. And part of it is, I'm hearing you're a little angry, you're a little upset, you're a little sad, you're a little down about the fact that they haven't made a decision yet. So you're in a period where part of you feels like, you know what I mean? And Spirit is like, okay, breathe. Okay, breathe, boo. Just focus on you. It's all good. It's all good, right? Whatever is meant to be for you will be. It is already yours in an alternate universe. So all you're being called to do is allow it to come to you in this one, right? Just relax, relax. Don't repel it, right? Through drama and vibrations that feel all over the place. Just allow, right? Allow. So you're being called to work on yourself. So compatibility, so compatible that sometimes you bump heads. Let's get into it. That sometimes you bump heads, but once you learn to elevate yourself and they learn to elevate themselves, and you both can get to a point where the arguing, the drama falls away, well, then this compatibility is going to be just magical. It's going to be magical. Talking about twin flame. And then manifestation, Spirit is just saying, stay in your power through mastering your mindset, through mastering your own energy and releasing that drama. Now let's go ahead and see what your DM has to say from their soul to yours. I'm sorry for judging you and hurting your feelings. So if you are in conflict right now, they're apologizing. Their soul is apologizing. Maybe their ego, their human self, their 3D self hasn't gotten there yet, but they're feeling the remorse. They're feeling the remorse, and they may be coming to you with some sort of communication in the near future. And it says, I wish I could take back the hurtful things I said. It was wrong to take out my frustration on you. So again, they recognize. And see, by you not arguing with them, you allow them the time and space to really see. The phrase error in their ways is coming up, but you're allowing them to really analyze how they treated you, and you're giving them the time and space to correct themselves, right? Because the last thing that they'd like to do is hurt you. They just haven't developed the skill set yet, right, to actually have a disagreement in a healthy way. Maybe they didn't see healthy examples of that. Maybe they aren't as far on their healing journey as you. But if you're watching this, you are the one that's taking the lead in this situation. So Spirit is saying, both of you can't be on the same page all the time. Somebody's got to be at least a paragraph ahead or a sentence ahead. So Spirit is calling you to be that one. They also said, I should have believed you. I should have believed in you. You always have my best interest at heart. So for some, they may have listened to friends or family members that was not supportive of this union or this connection. And they're now realizing that you have always had their best interest at heart. And now they're feeling like, how can I get back to this and really make amends, because this is the one for me. Like in their soul, they know, they recognize you. They recognize you from lifetimes upon lifetimes. I even heard from eons ago. It says, being away from you hurts like hell. I didn't realize it would be this difficult. So just go ahead and let them hurt a little bit. Don't reach out. You go ahead and focus on you, right? Remember, Spirit said, focus on you. Focus on healing that drama bone within yourself. Let them sweat a little bit. Let them miss you. They'll come back. They'll come back around. And when they do, you both can have a greater appreciation for one another, right? Also, what I'm being told to tell you is giving things a cool off period, right? I'm hearing fire sign. You may be dealing with a fire sign. Your DM may be a fire sign for some of you, or they could have a really fiery personality. So when they get revved up, if you're revved up too, it's just a big explosion, right? So this is why Spirit is bringing you back to your calm, right? Back to your calm. And also when you look at this, look at that. When you go high, they go low. When they go low, you go high. So it's really showing that balance, that yin and that yang, that yin and yang. Did I say yin yang? That yin and yang. It's really showing that, the importance of that. And yes, specifically, some of you may be dealing with a Leo. So that's just what's coming through. But of course, it can be any sign. Typically, I don't receive a lot of messages. Where are we at with the light? I don't receive a lot of messages where Spirit is like, oh, yeah, it's this sign. But for some of you, it may be. It may be. Or you may be that sign. And look what I'm wearing. Even though it's not Leo print, it's still in their family, right? But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and leave now, Palsy, because this is going somewhere else. Now I'm a zoo animal. Okay? I'm a snake. No, I'm kidding. But anyways, I thank you for allowing me to serve you, and I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. I'll talk to you soon, Palsy. Thank you so much for subscribing.